symbolic value on another plane, because I believe in reincarnation, and I feel that we're each circulating within the same clusters of souls that we keep finding again and again in new incarnations. And each time around, our roles are reversed. So maybe this time you get to say thank you, or you get to say sorry to somebody else. And the next time around, it's like you find yourself within the same cluster, but your roles will be reversed. Next one, Ralph. And I'm still working with that same idea of reincarnation in this current series, which is what I'm working on now. But in this new series called Spiraling Smoke, I added the element of, yes, you guessed it, smoke. Because to me, that means several things. For one, I meditate, and then I have like a incense stick in front of me, and I look at all these swirling spirals, and I feel like I see all these individuals making all these formations inside the smoke. And also, I get a lot of my imagery from dreams, and the smoke reminds me of that moment when you're almost falling asleep and you feel like your consciousness is just racing to that other realm of dreams. And it's also, I also like the fact that smoke naturally creates these formations of spirals. You can go to the next one, Ralph. Which I'm also picking up on here in the braids. And spirals can mean a lot of things. And I could go on and on forever about that because I'm really interested in symbols. But the short version is that it's a symbol of spiritual development, and it's also about cyclical time. So for me, that reconnects with the aspect that I feel like we're here for a time now, and then we return in other bodies, and that keeps going and going. It's also, I'm interested in the braid per se. Because in Norwegian, braid or braided, it translates as sammenflettet, which also means intertwined, interlaced, or interconnected. And that's really what these works are about. Next one, Ralph. I'm also interested in the combination of the notion of smoke and the charcoal that these lines are made out of. Because charcoal, for one, it's the end result after a fire, so it's connected to the smoke, but it's also very elusive. If you just go like this and smudge it, it'll be gone. And the same with the smoke. You can't hold it. There's no way to control it. And for me, that is a reminder of a different way of approaching my life and my art in general. If you could do the next one. Because I used to think that I really had to push everything forward. It's like I had to try and control everything, and I had to make all the moves, and it's like everything came down to me, and I had to fight for everything. But at this point in my life, I'm trying to approach life differently. Like it really is like a river, and rather than just fighting against the current, you should try and just follow it and let it take you wherever you need to go. So when I look at my current work, which is this compared to what I did just a few years ago, I really feel like there's been a massive shift in my own outlook on life, and that comes across in these images too. So I feel like New York has opened me up to new ways of thinking, and that affects both my life and my work. And to me, I feel like what I want these pieces to be about is my sense that we're at the pivotal point now where Western cutting-edge science is catching up with what ancient cultures and mystics have always known, which is that all matter in the world is really interconnected in this web of constant influence and transmissions. And thought is just it's just energy, and it doesn't stop inside our heads. It goes beyond our individual bodies. So we can no longer think of ourselves and our minds as the private, self-contained workings of individual brains. So again, it comes back to what I said earlier. We are oneness, having the experience of separateness. And final piece. And this is just to show you the context where these pieces are hanging right now, because this is my painting studio in Brooklyn. And I know I'm ridiculously lucky to have all this space. So hence, it's like I really want this to be a collaborative platform where I invite my colleagues in and we do things together. So I conceive of Last Frontier as a campfire where the creative tribe can come together and share their stories. So all of you guys, you're welcome to join us. We'll do a performance festival there in May. So if you get on our mailing list at Last Frontier, you'll be the first ones to know.
Oh, thank
you very much.